Let's talk a little bit about Barry Roux. Now, he's become almost an unlikely hero in this whole situation. People are talking about him as the next Chuck Norris, simply because he's absolutely relentless with his questions. He comes across as a very hard, sometimes stroppy man. Is this typical of defense lawyers?
I would hope that I wouldn't be compared to Chuck Norris. I'm not sure if Barry would be happy with that particular comparison, but I understand what the people are trying to say. Yes, he certainly is attacking the evidence and trying to throw doubt whether or not somebody else would have followed the same tactics in cross-examination. You know, every lawyer has different ways of cross-examining witnesses. They might want to do it aggressively, they might want a more softer touch. It depends on the person and how you've dealt with cross-examination in the past and how successful you've been in different ways of dealing with witnesses. And you know, sometimes it's instinctive. You're kind of on your feet and you're not even thinking, and you've got to deal with a difficult, awkward witness, aggressive witness, and then how do you deal with that? So sometimes it's a bit instinctive, but his job is there to try and do the best for his client, and therefore he's got to, within the parameters of the law, within the parameters of what is allowed during cross-examination in court and ethics and all of that, he has to go in hammer and tongs, literally, to try and poke holes in the evidence of the state. But the judge has the duty and the role to play to say, hang on, you can't ask that question so many times. You've kind of gone through that, and you are being rude to the witness, or you're being too aggressive. So the judge has a role to play. But you can't just ask a question once. You know, you can ask it once, there's one answer. You ask it again an hour later, there's another answer. You ask it a third time, there's a third answer. And it's all about testing whether a witness is telling the truth. You know, a truthful witness, doesn't matter how many times that witness is asked the same question, is going to give the same answer, is not going to get angry. I mean, we've seen this with one or two other witnesses who mates of Oscar, and how they've performed, and you know, maybe have become rather aggressive and annoying in the way they've testified. And again, you know, they're probably covering up and maybe lying about certain aspects. So that is a job a defense lawyer has to do. If he is just going to sit back and be nice to everybody, well, you know, it's not about popularity. That doesn't enter the whole scenario. It's about preparation, knowing the law, consulting properly, consulting with your defense witnesses, knowing what the evidence is that's going to be presented by the state, knowing what your client's defense is. And on his defense, Oscar says, well, he's not guilty. And that's the route that Roux has to go to try and, well, he doesn't have to prove anything. Oscar doesn't have to prove anything, but he's got to be there trying to knock down the evidence of the state so that at the end of the case, there's doubt. He's just got to create that doubt. And if there's doubt in the mind of a judge, that doubt has got to be, as it were, given to an accused person in a criminal trial.